3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Good day, viewers, and welcome back to yet another edition of We Talk Namibia. I'm, of course, Precious Nitanapo, your host and presenter for this show. So today we have quite a few interesting acts lined up for today. We have our interview, of course, as well as our We Recommend and our WeChill segment, which we are going to consider our guide through the weekend. Of course, that's what you should have a look out for if you're looking for something to do this weekend or places to go. But before we get into it, first let's go and have a look at the news.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Good day, viewers. It's of course time for our We News edition, and today we discuss the Can National Cancer Walk Winter Edition. Of course, this year we have brave souls with warm hearts. It's time to walk for hope. Are you ready to lace up your walking shoes, embrace the frosty air, and make a positive difference? Grab your beanies and scarves because we're about to embark on the quirkiest cancer walk ever. The 2023 Can National Cancer Walk Winter Edition that takes place on Saturday, the 1st of July, is proudly sponsored by Pathcare Namibia, Pick and Pay Namibia, Interpack, along with supporting partners. The Cancer Association is looking for bold warriors who aren't afraid to face the chill head-on while supporting an incredible cause. With walks taking place in Windhoek, Rehoboth, Otjiwarongo, Ocho, Tsumeb, Swakopmund and Walvish Bay, the first 100 entries per town receive a goodie bag and the first 50 participants over the finish line get a medal. But why choose a freezing winter's day, you ask? Because cancer never takes a vacation, even in the coldest months. By braving the frost, we're showing our unwavering support for those fighting this relentless battle. The organizers are determined to make this event a whimsical adventure where every step brings us closer to a world free of cancer. So be brave, dress up, and come by silly with together. While out and about, listen to the gentle whisper of the waves urging you on. It's nature's way of saying, hey cancer, we're not letting you freeze our spirits. So gather your friends, family, and even your pets and make Saturday the 1st of July 2023 a day to remember. And don't worry, there's plenty of hot coffee waiting at the start and finish line to warm those chilly toes and hearts. Please don't forget to wear your quirkiest winter attire because the more mismatched socks and silly hats, the merrier. Funds raised by this year's National Cancer Walk will fund the Can Patient Transport Assistance Program, helping cancer patients with transport money to get the treatment or follow-up medical visits to Windhoek. Of course, starting points or contacts in Windhoek would be Eros Shopping Centre, while in Rehoboth, the Can Rehoboth office next to New Start Centre, and for Swakopmund, the MTC Dome. Not forgetting Atlantis Sports Club in Walvish Bay, as well as the Right Club in Otjiwarongo. As for Ocho, it would be the Highway Service Station and the UN Park at Minen Hotel in Tsumeb. The walk starts at 8 o'clock for 8:30. Tickets for sale in advance at various points. Late registration on the day starts from 7:30. Participation costs $70 for adults and $50 for all under 18 participants. Well, that does bring us to the end of our news edition. I hope we all stop by in the various towns and participate in this cancer walk.
Miss Namibia is a weekly tourism show that brings you the latest news in the tourism industry and topics related to that. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact tourismus@synergy.com.na for news and advertising related queries. Tourismus, bring the world to Namibia.
Good day, viewers, and welcome back to We Talk. It's of course time for our We interview. Here I am seated next to the beautiful Lydia Simon, who is of course a Miss Namibia finalist, but there's of course more to that. So let's get her to introduce herself. Lydia, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it?
Okay, I obviously have to start with who I am. My name, I'm Lydia Simon. I'm 24. I am a microbiologist, a fashion model, a sportswoman. I've played hockey and I've represented the country, a small business owner, and right now I am a full-time volunteer at a community center called the Community Hope, the Lighthouse Community Hope.
Wow, that's quite impressive to think that, you know, initially I did know that you were a microbiologist, right?
Yes.
But I was very fascinated by that point, but now also hearing that you do sports as well. But let's just go a little bit back to the microbiology part. Can you just tell us a little bit about your qualification and how you got into that?
Okay, initially, you know, I wanted to be a doctor, but I feel like God wanted me in another industry, if I could say that. Yes, I wanted to be a doctor, but however, I ended up being a microbiologist, and I actually loved it. Just seeing all these little things, because microbiology is the study of small things that you can't see with your naked eyes. That includes bacteria, viruses, protozoa, and fungi, and how these little things have such an effect in our lives. Yes, that's the beauty of microbiology. It affects us in so many ways. Even the water that we drink today, it's because of microbiologists. The whole purification system, it's because of us. The cheese, the wine, and all of that.
I think it's definitely something that we look past and we don't realize how important it actually is. So I think it's very impressive to find out that we actually have quite a number of microbiologists in our country.
We actually do.
Oh, that's quite interesting. But how did a microbiologist end up at Miss Namibia?
So, yes, I do have the logical side where I have to study and go to school, but I also have the creative side, and I needed a space to express my creativity. And most importantly, I have a background in modeling. I did modeling. I started doing modeling 3 years ago. A lot of people ask me, oh, when are you going to become a model? And I thought, no, I wasn't the perfect fit. But then suddenly something just came over me, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. With that, I loved fashion. I've always loved fashion, and I needed to find myself in that space. As I mentioned, I needed a place to create myself. I needed a space to express myself creatively. And with microbiology, all I can tell you is with beauty pageants right now, it has changed so much. It's not only about beauty and how you present yourself.
There's actually a lot more that goes into it.
It's about wanting to make a change also in many people's lives, especially the little girls and boys. I don't want to leave the boys out because they are also important. Just being a positive influence and role model. So with that, microbiology is challenging. It's so much challenging. You get to pick up really qualities or skills that you can, transferable skills that I can use in pageantry. For now, because you need to work hard. You need to work. It's extremely challenging. You need to work hard. You need to be resilient because things are not going to work out in your favor. But you must be very innovative and be able to solve problems. And that's what I picked up. That's what I got from microbiology that I could transfer in being Miss Namibia.
Wow. I think that was very intense. I actually didn't think that the story would go all the way back to that, but I've definitely taken away from that. But so far, how has your journey been in Miss Namibia? How has the Miss Namibia journey been ever since, you know, the top 10 was announced and from your entry and so forth?
Miss Namibia is very empowering. Precious, if I tell you now that I used to be a very shy, withdrawn, an introverted child. I never used my voice. I was so quiet. I was so afraid to speak up. But with Miss Namibia, I find myself in spaces where I have to speak up. Right now, I used to think I had a fear of speaking in public. And here I am on TV or like with the wall seeing and being scrutinized publicly. Can you believe that?
Actually, so it's a very difficult space to place yourself.
Exactly, because you have all those fears that, if I say this wrong, if I do this, I'm gonna be, yes, you're gonna be judged. But here I am facing my biggest fears, and this is only what Miss Namibia can do for you. It has helped me grow so much. The ladies are amazing. I've learned so much from them. I used to think, okay, I know well enough. After we went on tour to the south, we went to Luminaires, we went to Keetmans, and we went to the Fish River Canyon. I thought I was well informed. These girls know. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about other people, and I'm always just ready to grow, honestly.
Oh, I know you just mentioned the trip to the south, but apart from that, what other journeys have you guys gone on so far?
So far, it's just been that, and we went to the Shark Island in Luminaires. It was a concentration camp, and I've learned so much about history. I used to be very oblivious to it, but now I know that we are because of the people that came before us. We've learned like the Namibians were resilient, they fought for their freedom, and now here we are sitting here in so much pride, you know, with so much freedom, and it just really informed me, and it's important to be informed about all these things.
And your surroundings as well.
Exactly.
No, I definitely agree. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
You did mention that you thought that you were a shy person and that you were very laid back and held back. But I just wanted to tap a little bit more into the challenges that you faced ever since you started this journey.
Ever since I started this journey, for me it was important to remain authentic and be who I am. I'm not the outrageous, I'm not the big personality. But I feel like Miss Namibia has come with so many challenges, both financially, mentally, and physically. Because as I mentioned, that we are putting ourselves out there for public scrutiny. Namibia wants a Miss Namibia, and there's this thing where people want you to be perfect. But you can't be perfect because we're human. We all make mistakes, and they are out to judge you for that. And we have anxiety where our mental health is at toll. Because now we have to post on social media and to implement our advocacies and all of that. And not everybody's going to be happy with who you are. So it's important to keep a level head. It's been challenging, honestly. It has been.
Yeah, no, especially when you mentioned that Namibia is looking for a Miss Namibia. That point just made me think of how with as much love as it comes so much hate with it. And you mentioned mental health as well. I can't imagine how it must feel to, you know, be put out on such a big platform, and it's just all of this love that's coming in, but all of this hate that's coming in. It definitely can't be something easy to deal with.
It's not easy. It's not. Especially if you can't regulate your emotions. If you can't regulate how you feel and how you think about yourself. This is why it's important to focus on your why. And yes, and I'm always going to speak about having personality and character. Your character is who you are. It's not going to change anytime soon. So, and I always say that your character, your intentions and your experiences can form a better you, and it will allow you to get into spaces and you know you can't conform. You can't change, and you're always going to be this person the person that is required. So definitely it's not easy. It's really not easy, but here we are fighting our biggest fears. Going against everything that tells us you don't deserve to be here, you're not allowed to be in this space. Who are you to take up all the space? We are fighting those every single day. But every time you just need to show up and push through. Because this is a duty. Miss Namibia isn't all about the glitz and the glamour. It's a job, and you need to work. You need to take responsibility, and you need to learn how to get over those feelings that stop you from doing what you're supposed to do.
So quite a lot of resilience that is required from our finalists.
Exactly.
I think that's an aspect that we never looked into, but I'm glad we discussed it today. But apart from that, what are you looking forward to? What is I know the journey just started, but is there something that you are really excited for?
Yes, definitely. The show, the main show. Of course. That's the day everybody gets to shine, but it's not only about that. Miss Namibia starts the moment you sign
in.
Yeah, you sign up and you have to do everything else. And mostly I am looking forward to implement my advocacy called The Future Starts Today. Oh yeah, it's a school dropout recovery program, because where I come from a community with kids from broken homes. And broken, like the community is broken. People, kids indulge in alcohol, abuse, drugs, even prostitution. And it was important for me for these kids to have a positive role model. You see, I also come from there. I'm definitely, I can say I'm a product of that, but I am not part of the statistics, because I've decided no. The only way that I can get out of this is education. I will always put so much emphasis on the power that education has over one's mind and over one's life. And this is why I feel like a lot of kids drop out of school and they don't know where to go, what to look for, or how to, even if they want to get back into the school system, are they given that opportunity? And I just want to be that bridge and say, listen here, if you want to get back into school, I'm here, I will help you. But I need you to be willing. It's all up to you. I can't force you to do this, but I'll definitely make the road easier for you, because nobody can do that for you. Exactly. So yeah.
I think that just answers my next question, which was going to be on how you plan to grow with this opportunity and what you plan on taking away from it. I think that's a very important thing, to plow back to where you're coming from and to dig back to your community, you know, just give back to them. And like you mentioned before, there's a lot of alcohol and drug abuse and, you know, the likes that's happening in our communities. And it's a different thing to actually go back and do something about it once you have established yourself. Let me put it like that. Once you've established yourself, and then it's another thing to actually think. But instead of running away from where I'm coming from or running away from my past, let me build a bridge, as you've nicely mentioned it, build a bridge for them to also just deviate from the standards that they are surrounded. I think that's very interesting.
I'm actually really passionate about empowering young minds and really little kids. As I mentioned before, those kids have no one to look up to. They have no one to look up to, and being that for them means so much for me, because even throughout my life, I had to struggle. I had so many challenges I had to fight through. But with the power of education and learning about things, I could label my emotions, I could learn about so many concepts, and just putting myself out there, I would put so much emphasis on education, honestly. And by education, I don't mean going to school every day and sitting in a classroom. It's learning something new every day. It could be art, it could be music, it could be even in marketing, even in business. You're learning something new. You need to know your work. You need to be well informed. That's the only way you can pave a way for yourself, because being ignorant and thinking that you don't need anything, you have to be, you need to have a teachable spirit. That's the only way you can find yourself in spaces like this. Honestly, thank you.
No, I definitely agree. But also with that, we have come to the end of our interview. But any final comments from your side, Lydia?
Yes, yes. Can you please vote for me for Miss Public's Choice? My code is LSN, and you vote via message at 33033.
Well, there you guys have it from Lydia Simon herself. Please make sure to reach out to your cell phones and let's vote for our finalist, our favorites, of course, mine seated next to me, Miss Lydia Simon for Miss Public Choice. But thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for just giving us a little insight on the whole Miss Namibia tour, also just sharing with us the different diversities that there are to the whole Miss Namibia campaign, and that it's not actually all glitz and glamour.
And before we leave, I just want to say thank you to Miss Namibia. The team is amazing. They are the most well-rounded people and understanding people that you can work with. And thank you very much for the platform. I know with this platform comes big opportunities, and I hope that I can use those opportunities to better the lives of other people, especially my kids, which I'm very passionate about. Yeah.
Well, thank you to Miss Namibia once again for giving these beautiful ladies the opportunity to grow within this platform.
Yeah.
But with that, we end of our We Interview segment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chill Sessions is an entertainment show that brings you the latest hit, fashion, and entertainment news. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact chill at synergy.com.na. Chill Sessions, bringing art and entertainment to the people.
I'm a sales consultant at Luminaires Direct, Bantu Prosperita. We have 3 branches, one in Prosperita, Bantu, and then one in Southern Industrial, and then the other one is then in Swakopmund. Today I'm going to take you on a tour in the Prosperita showroom.
My.NA Property Show provides viewers with the best in-class content, engaging interviews, as well as a showcase of the latest property-related products and services. If you would like to feature your brand or your campaign on this platform, contact My.NA at synergy.com.na. My.NA Properties, more than just a roof over your head.
3, 2, 1.
If you're looking for something to keep yourself busy with this weekend, look no further. On Friday at 7, the Namibian National Youth Orchestra Festival takes place in the National Theatre in the capital. The second performance takes place on Saturday at the same time and venue. At exactly 11 minutes past 7 on Friday evening, the first international evening of the Kuska Swakopmund Carnival takes place at the SFC Sports Grounds. Check out their Facebook page for more info on events in the next few weeks. On Saturday morning at 9, the SPCA in Windhoek hosts a Clear the Shelter Day until 1 and again from 3 to 5. 50% off on all adoption fees. Also at 9, there's a Biltong and Braai Festival in Otjiwarongo with entertainment for young and old, amazing competitions, live music stalls and a kids area. At 9:30, the Canvas Club Swakopmund hosts a textured canvas art creative session at the Chic Creative Cottage. And at 2, Amapiano and Fashion Meet at the Catch in Windhoek with Uladi and Duma and others. At 7 p.m, there's a secret sunrise eye party at Etc. in Garden Street. So fun for everyone. That's it for now. Have a good one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our edition for this week and our episode for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview as well as our We Recommend, not forgetting our WeChill segment. I also want to highlight on our We News the Cancer Walk. Please participate or make time to stop by if anything. But that brings us to the end of today's edition, today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for next week.
2, 1.
Here we go!